On April 1st, 2021, I ditched a career I absolutely hated to better myself and do the things I've always wanted to do. And that included my growing love and obsession with Ireland. I want to learn everything: culture, history, mythology, music, and the language. Which, if I'm being honest, looks really hard to learn, but I'm going to give it the old Smith try. Then, of course, there is my love of pubs and the role that they've played throughout history, and no better example of that than on that beautiful, beleaguered island in the North Atlantic, Ireland. April 1st, 2026, I depart for the Emerald Isle, and for 1 year, I'll hike town by town and conduct interviews with pub owners, pub regulars, historians, town know-it-alls, musicians, and basically anybody that wants to talk to me. If you'd like to support the project and the journey, basic Patreon support is only $3 a month, but just liking a video or subscribing to the channel and following the journey is just as helpful. I'm always looking for volunteers to work as liaisons for the project too, so if you live in Ireland and know people, feel free to hit me up. This is a huge goal and I need all the help I can get. The Smitty Learns Irish podcast begins April 26th and will be my life's work. Thank you. And welcome to the Smit Hole. My name is Smitty from the What the Hell Everything podcast. Thank you so much for coming on. If you are on the live stream, first of all, thank you very fucking much. I appreciate that. Hopefully you're having a blast on the live stream. Heidi Joe, patron on the live stream already. If you're not on the live stream and just catching the podcast either after it was recorded or after it's been edited and uploaded to Spotify and all the things, thank you again. I appreciate that. International shout out today. And shout out to some new places that are checking out the fucking What the Hell Everything podcast. Where again, on the live stream, it's going to be a mix of podcast things, talky things, things to talk shit about, the things I do, and then, of course, the reaction aspect of what I do on the channel, and a lot of cool stuff, a lot of new fucking stuff to check out, which I'm really excited about. So let's get fucking rambling, ramblers. What are we doing first? We're going to do the word of the day. Kicking off with the word of the day, which means I need to get the input switched over. I'm jamming on tunes when I start this thing. And I got to switch the input so it's the line and ooh, fucking bass line in this.
Grip the wheel.
White zombie in the morning. Never fucking heard anybody. Yes, time for the word of the day. I do like to learn some things. I like to learn words, you know. I am a big fan of that. I don't really know what else to say there. I'm a big fan of learning words. And I don't know if anybody really gives a fuck about this segment, but I love this segment. And the word of the day is Tricksy, which I'm going to fucking... Did that originate in Lord of the Rings with Gollum? Did Tricksy. 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 Pretty sure that's how you say that.
Tricksy.
Tricksy. What the fuck does this word mean? Does it mean tricksy like the way Gollum said it in Lord of the Rings? Probably not, but you never know. Given to tricks, mischievous, playful, or prankish, so it is exactly what Gollum said. An adjective. Let's learn more, shall we? First recorded in 1545 to 55, so right around the time. That's not in the time of Middle Earth. I always wondered, like, what the fuck time in history Middle Earth would have supposedly taken place, you know? I always think about these things. It derives from the noun trick, which came from the Old North French word triquer, or deceit. The mischievous elf, I already gave you an example of Gollum, but the mischievous elf played tricksy pranks on anyone who dared to enter the enchanted forest. Fucking tricksy. I thought that was just a word Gollum made up, you know? Like a Gollum word. Nope.
Tricksy.
It's tricksy hobbitses, you know? I fucking read... I haven't done Return of the King, and I had read these books before. I didn't read them until the movies came out. I read The Hobbit when I was a kid many times, and I tried to read Lord of the Rings at some point before the movies came out, but I was just like, man, it was just so much poetry and things like that and songs, and it was really hard to get into. But once those first fucking movie came out, I want to say I really dove into the books, and it was still kind of hard to get through, especially that first one. Not the last two, but just those so many songs and poems. But again, love. I'm fucking super nerd about those movies. I've seen them way too many times, and you always got to watch the extended edition. And but I have Audible now, and I checked out the audiobooks, and Andy Serkis, who does the voice of Gollum, and more than that, he does the suit. He's Gollum. You know, he is Gollum, and he narrated the Lord of the Rings audiobooks, and I finished Two Towers some time ago, and haven't got to Return of the King yet, but man, it's so good. Like, that's one of my fucking, I would love to do. I'm not necessarily as talented, clearly, as Andy Serkis, but I would love to do like fucking voice acting and I really try to study what he does when I'm listening to it. And it's pretty fucking fascinating. I'm like, how does that guy have so many voices? It is unbelievable because he does all the voices. He does different voices for all of the fucking characters in the audiobook for Lord of the Rings. And there's a lot. And they're all very specific to like that character. And like, I really wonder what those recording sessions were like. How many takes? Like, I fantasize about like meeting Andy Serkis and talking to him about how the fuck you did this, because it is incredible. I got to get back to that. Return of the King. Tricksy. That's your word of the day. It has been a fucking fantastic ass weekend, man. And really the last half a week, and I haven't done a podcast in a week, and since last Wednesday, and I'm kind of slacking on that, but I'm not slacking, and here's why. Because, due to my limited amount of time to fucking do shit, I really wish I could, not because I don't love my job, but I wish I could give this the time that I want to give it, the full time, all the time effort. And when I say I want to quit my job, that's not like, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to. I just want to. You know what I mean? For right now, it's serving its purpose. But I don't have enough time in the fucking day to do things, man. That includes like creative work. And like, because that's something I really hold near and dear to my heart, especially after leaving the radio station and committing and promising to myself that I was just going to keep that creative spark or that creative sort of element to what I do. Writing the audio plays, like if you've never heard those before, they exist. The Smitty Learns Irish, or excuse me, not the Smitty Learns Irish. That I'll get to that. What the fuck was I going to say? Oh, the Smithhole Cinemas, which I recreated movie scenes just because it was fun to explore those things, voices and effects, and trying to do that stuff, The Smitty's Christmas Carol, where I did Scrooge and a whole cast of people, and I wrote it and adapted it from the book directly and did all the effects, and it was fucking so much fun, man. And I love doing that shit, and I'm trying to get, especially now that I'm in this place, really committing to that aspect again. And I kind of dove back into that. And these are things that needed to get done, that I've been wanting to do, and really just fucking, when I get in those creative modes and I fucking make myself do it, it's kind of weird where I kind of put it off and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of scared to do this thing. But once you get into it, once you start doing it, you fucking love it. So I had some of that going on with the new project I'm working on for Smitty Learns Irish, that pubcast coming up in a couple years. I really want it to be awesome. And I really want to put production value into it, and I really want to put like editing, and I want it to be a very special fucking thing. And so I created the logo for it. I didn't get it set up to show during the fucking podcast or the live stream, and I'm not going to. If you've seen it on a couple social medias, it's there. But I was just like, man, I've been wanting, and I kind of had the fucking vision in my head. And I'm like new to Photoshop pretty much. It's not even Photoshop, it's the generic version. And, I learn a little bit every once in a while. It's hard to really dive in for me and I don't learn things until like I need to, and then I kind of fucking do it. my Photoshop historically has been pretty janky. I've come a long fucking way as far as like learning those things. So I created the fucking logo. Man, I think it looks pretty fucking good. And I'm just like, that was honestly, as dumb as it might sound, just working on those projects and just having the ideas come in. Because it's been so long and I've been in such a fucking funk, you know? It's hard to sit down and be creative when you're just kind of fucking irritated all the time. You know, we talked about the housing situation. We're not going to get into that because we're fucking in the Mansalona Smith hole where everything is fucking fantastic. And I fucking did that. I was fucking happy about it, man. So I spent probably a couple solid days on that. And then, like, this is something that I've needed. This totally out of necessity, really. You know, this room is, I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it. You know, I set up the new studio when I moved in January. And I had this fucking round-ass kitchen table. And it was the table that we used for the first Smitty Dicks podcast, when we first started doing the podcast. And it's this old fucking shitty-ass wooden kitchen table, round. It's small, you know? Doesn't take up that much room. But my kitchen is super fucking small. And the way that, like, I have to have the kitchen table, I didn't have there was no any sort of, like, cabinetry to put my microwave on. It's a big microwave. So I had to set that on the kitchen table. And there's no sitting at the kitchen table. I live by myself. I don't fucking eat at the table. I eat in the living room. But I'm like, God, this is janky, man. But this little cubby hole in the studio, you know, I was like, man, I could totally put the kitchen table in there and then do some sort of like game night podcast and some other fucking cool things that I'm planning. I mean, really fucking cool things, I think. I hope so. And I'm like, man, I could totally do that. Put that kitchen table right in that little nook. Move this fucking desk over here. Put another green screen over here. So I ended up doing that. I had to wait until I had to get a fucking kitchen cabinet thing, whatever you want to call that goddamn thing I put together from Amazon. That's what that fucking thing's called. So I had to wait for that. Like, okay, got that. And then fucking this whole weekend, I fucking had to rearrange this goddamn studio and basically take it all apart and put it back together again. And I fucking did it. It is pretty fucking fantastic. So now I'm back in the mode of like doing podcasts again. And it's weird. It's going to sound totally stupid, probably. You ever just sit back, get your own work, and you're like, God damn it. This looks pretty fucking good. And if, like, I can execute even a fraction of, I think, the coolness of what I can pull off in this fucking room, just from a fun programming standpoint for me. And then hopefully people catch on along the way. It's really all that matters, you know? It's really all that matters. So I spent fucking through the weekend. Monday, I was still setting it up. And then yesterday, I didn't even have the finishing touches, and I had other shit to do, like fucking, because I didn't do laundry for 2 weeks. I had enough clean clothes. Trust me. I just don't have a laundry fucking room here. And I have to go to either the laundromat or my parents to do laundry, and I didn't want to do that. So I waited 2 weeks. And I had so much laundry to do yesterday. And the point of the fucking story is that I'm back on my shit. New and improved and some cool things, man. Game nights. That's going to be fun. And that's just like, honestly, just getting my friends in a room and just bantering. And that's kind of what this whole thing is about. I really wanted to focus on these last 2 years that I'm going to be here in northern Michigan before leaving for Ireland for a week. What am I saying? It'll be more than a week. By a lot. But I was just like, I think I might have lost my thought. It sailed off. I was just like, oh, it's going away. You can see it leaving, and you try to snatch it, and fucking sometimes you just can't snatch it. It'll come back to me probably. But fucking Ireland, the weekend, doing things. Where was I going with this? Who the fuck knows? I might come back to it. Probably not. I think you got the idea, though. That, yep. What is happening? What's going on? Did everybody survive the mass Facebook outage? We had a fucking cell phone outage. This new place where I fucking had this chair, this desk in this room, this fucking floor in this house. Excuse me. The floor in this house is the opposite of level. It goes bloop, bloop, and everything rolls, but it's fucking old. It's like 100-something fucking years old. A fantastic apartment, I might add, but it just rolls. Got to be careful. We had the AT&T mostly. I think Verizon was involved somehow. Maybe it's T-Mobile. I don't know. That seemed weird. Huh. All the cell phones are down. Of course it wasn't a terrorist attack. Of course we didn't get hacked. AT&T said something about some code. Sure. Believe what you want. I don't know. And then, was that yesterday? Yeah. Oh, I remember because I was sitting at the very beginning of sitting at my parents' house for what ended up to be 4 hours of laundry. Because it was time to wash sheets, you know? It was the first of the month. I was just like, what the fuck? Why can't I log in? And it's not, I spend lots of time off Facebook. All right, it's my favorite thing to do. But it was because you couldn't log in, it kicked you out. You had to log back in. I was like, oh, what's my fucking password again? It shifted like 18 times. I think I have my money password now, though. We'll see. And I was like, oh, I thought I got hacked because I couldn't get into fucking Instagram either. I didn't really realize that until afterwards, but I was just like, oh, I totally got hacked. What the fuck? Then all of a sudden, my friends, Tim and Ryan on the continuous thread were like, oh, yeah, I can't get out either. We have a backup, a contingency thread via text. But all of the gems are on the Facebook thread. Nope, theirs was down too. And then friends and my mom couldn't get on and this and that. They're like, oh, this is fucking, 500,000 people, whatever it was. And again, like I said, I'm happy being off Facebook. But it was the fact that I was hacked that pissed me off. And I don't think, because it came back within an hour, I want to say. But it was just the way it went off, because anytime that Facebook goes down or anything like that, it just won't let you go on. It won't let you scroll usually. It might be a blank screen or something like that, or we're working on a problem or some fucking bullshit. But it wasn't that. It looked like you got hacked. What the fuck? I didn't see what caused it. Their explanation. We can actually look that up real quick. Quick headline scroll. Let's Google the Great Facebook Disaster. Let's not Google that. You know what the fuck you're going to find. Facebook outage. No, not Dacebook. Facebook outage. Facebook and threads back online, blah, 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 blah. Service appeared to be restored at around noon. About an hour. I know this, but it's just fucking fishy. You know what I mean? It's fucking fishy. Instagram feeds weren't refreshing, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck caused it? Let's go to the update. But service disruptions follow a major outage in 2021. That was different than an outage, though, you fucks. Earlier today, a technical issue caused people to have difficulty accessing some of our services because it was all of Meta. It was Instagram on Threads, which is fucking, I don't even know why I'm on it. I hate it so much. We resolved the issue as quickly as possible for everyone who was impacted. We apologize for any inconvenience. I mean, it's not really, there's people that like to be on, and that's fine, but it's not the outage necessarily. You expect there to be outages with fucking companies, internet, whatever. People fucking take it too far and go, oh my God, what the fuck? I'm happy when I put that fucking shit down, man. We resolved the issue as quickly as possible for everyone who was impacted. We apologize, blah, 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 blah. But they didn't say necessarily what it was. We just fixed it. They didn't say we were hacked. They didn't say the fucking Russians had anything to do with it, which may be true, maybe not. It's just weird, right? There's got to be. I mean, it's got to. Is it more than a coincidence? I don't have theories, except that we were hacked by Russians. But in this, should that even would that be out of the realm of acceptability of suggesting that's a conspiracy theory that would be realistic? You know, the elections get fucked with. There's all kinds of things, you know. They're just testing things out, you know. Oh, we hit them with AT&T, then we hit their fucking social media. You know, next, watch this guys for parachutes. I'm sure that's not going to happen, right? My friend Jasmine, who has actually been on the podcast, not the podcast, did some sort of interview segment. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It got blocked. Had something to do with Andrew WK, the rock and roll singer. Oh, that's what it was. She's a gigantic super fan nerd of Andrew WK. And I'm thinking, I almost got it confused. I was like, is it Andrew CK? No, that's Louis CK. It is Andrew WK, the party hard guy. So I remember I had her on it because I was baffled by it, and I love rock and roll, and that was Andrew WK was something I never gravitated towards. I was always like, party hard is just ridiculous. But she came on to do a thing with it, and I got blocked because I played Andrew WK, and apparently Andrew WK doesn't like that. But my friend Jasmine is in Ireland, and all of a sudden it popped up on Instagram feed. She was in Dublin drinking a fucking pint of Guinness. I was like, ah, oh my God. I get so excited when anybody on my feed goes anywhere traveling, because it just feeds this wanderlust that I'm going to be pursuing. And especially Ireland, for obvious reasons. I'm such a nerd about it. And she's doing all the things. She kissed the Blarney Stone. It was some fantastic fucking scenery shots. And man, everyone, I hope I don't feel. I don't think I'm stalking her, but it was just love. Where did she go? She went to this this store in Dublin, and it was fucking hilarious and awesome. I love that. I can expect to see things like this when I go over there. This is a little tourist shop in Dublin. I think it was called Food Porn, and it was legit food and things shaped like dicks and other things, I'm sure. Because she had this fucking hot dog, it looked like on a stick, just shaped absolutely like dicks and balls. And just fucking mustard and ketchup on it, I think, just and first of all, I appreciate the humor. I appreciate the humor for that business, you know, and just things like that. You know, I've never put anything dick shaped in my mouth, but I would put a dick hot dog in my mouth, you know, and do it for fucking comedy's sake. Everything, I'm like, oh my God. Every picture, I'm like, oh my, this is fantastic. My goodness. Does Ireland have ticks? Anybody watching or listening to this? Does Ireland have ticks? I feel like they probably do. There's no snakes in Ireland, which doesn't have anything to do with St. Patrick. It's just not the climate. It's an island in the North fucking Pacific, and it doesn't have fucking snakes. So there's no snakes to keep the ticks away. But I'm curious how they're ticks, because what is it? March 6th today, recording date and time. Time 9:56. I said time, so I have to say time. But I saw some posts from some friends somewhere. I think it was in Alpena, perhaps. Just a fucking tick crawling. It got in the house somehow, and it was just crawling on like a blanket. It's fucking awful. It's good. There's going to be so many ticks. It's been so fucking warm. There's no ice on any of these lakes around here. I bet did anybody ice fish this fucking winter? There probably, we had 2 maybe cold stretches that would have, I don't know, It doesn't seem like it would have been safe one single bit. I haven't seen any shanties out, but I haven't been driving around the fucking area that often. That was one cool thing about working for the radio station, where so many events. Northern Michigan is huge, you know. The so many towns are just so far away. You're always driving to a different town, and you know the listener area was really big, so you're fucking going from this town to this town all the time, and just experiencing every fucking town. I kind of did my own Smitty Learns Northern Michigan already, but I haven't been driving around. Anyway, let's get back to what the fuck we were doing. let's scroll some headlines. That's going to be fun. What is foist? Let's just talk shit about some stories. More women may be psychopaths than previously thought, says expert. I don't want to agree with that necessarily. Dr. Clive Body says assessment skews towards obvious male traits, but female psychopathy is more subtle. When it comes to typical psychopath, the suited and booted Patrick Bateman from the novel American Psycho might spring to mind. Fuck your goddamn blog story. The number of women with the neuropsychiatric disorder could be far greater than previously thought. Psychopaths are generally considered to lack empathy and guilt, exhibit antisocial behavior, lie frequently, and be ruthless, narcissistic, and manipulative. Psychopaths are after money, power, and control, says Dr. Clive Body, who is an expert on psychopaths in the corporate world. While the idea of a psychopath as a violent, antisocial criminal has given way to a more nuanced view, the idea that they are mostly male has remained. The behavior of female psychopaths seem to be subtle enough and less obvious than male psychopaths, and therefore they're not recognized as much. A small but mounting body of evidence describes female psychopaths as prone to expressing violence verbally rather than physically, with the violence being of a relational and emotional nature. More subtle and less obvious than that expressed by male psychopaths. I mean, that's pretty much been the fucking running theory, you know? In other words, boys will hurt you, you know? Men will punch you, there's violence, but women will go after your fucking psyche. So there you go. You know, fucking science. Oh, what's next? What is this again? Why did I save this? Oh, no, I know why. It's the weirdest fucking world we live in, man. I don't know what spore is. It's a spore influencer. I don't know. Is that social media? Probably. Something I don't want to be involved with, apparently. Because spore influencer who staged egg attack on herself in Taiwan sells bottled fart for $300, or whatever the Taiwanese equivalent of $300 is. I don't know. I never once in my entire fucking life ever saw some smoking hot fucking chick and been like, man, I would like to smell her farts. You know, I've never in my entire life. Local influencer Chang Wing Yi, a.k.a. Kara Kitty, made headlines over the weekend when she was forced to issue a public apology for staging an attack on herself. The 21-year-old streamer got her male assistant to dress up as a middle-aged woman and pelt her with eggs when she was touring Kaohsiung on February 9th. The woman also accused Kira Kitty of seducing her husband and warned her to stay away from him. The incident was streamed live. Isn't there a better way to, like, I don't know. Is there a better way to go about it? Yes. There absolutely is. Last year, she opened a pop-up maid cafe where she charged $100 for hugs and also sold her fart online. $300. Oh, $500, excuse me. Bottled in a sealed jar with a love note, it priced at $300, which currently sold out, by the way. There are some dirty ass, yucky motherfuckers. Like, I'm sure you could you still be a good person and get off on fucking spending $500 on a fart, smelling a fart? Could you still be a good person? You know, or does that automatically disqualify you? But she just sold. What else did she just sell? If you prefer something more tangible, she also offers her used fucking bathwater. Jesus Christ. Nope, never had that urge either. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm a prude, you know? I could be just a prude. What's fucking next? What can top that? Page not found. Fuck, nothing can top that, apparently. Oh my God. Perfect fucking time for your 420 break, which is going to include a little pee break for Little Smith. All right. We're back. Headline scrolls. This is going to answer at least a little bit of a weed question that I have about marijuana in Ireland. It's from the echolive.ie Cork News. Okay. Cork News. Cork is in County Cork. I know that. I'm learning counties too. Fine, except the fucking cookies. You know, we already got hacked yesterday. All of our information's gone anyway. But weed news out of Ireland. Having $20 worth of cannabis costs a Ballincollig man 10 times that amount. Fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna plan on hoping on relying on the black market there. You're not gonna get really nailed, but god damn it, gotta be careful. What you guys could do over there before I come over. I know it's, probably talking to the wrong people, and you don't give a fuck about me coming to your country to do my thing. But if you could legalize weed before I get there, that would be awesome. I would be forever grateful. Anyway, having $20 worth of cannabis cost this man 10 times that amount. Brian O'Driscoll from 39 Castle Avenue, Muskerry Estate, Ballincollig, County Cork, pled, if I ever go into an Irish accent, fucking kill me, please. I don't think I just did right there. I almost kind of did, just without even thinking about it. And I don't ever want to do that. Pleaded guilty to Cork. Just get super American to make up for that, not wanting to go Irish. At Cork District Court to a charge of possession of the drug for his own use. Judge Mary Dorgan convicted and fined him $200 at Cork District Court. Cork District Court. Sergeant John Keller said a warrant was executed by Detective Garda Rory, blah, 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 was present at the house at the time, had a small amount of weed on him. Said the accused had 2 previous convictions for having drugs for his own use. Anyway. I'll scoff at, just the absurdity of it, There will be a point in time where enough people are going to be like, oh, it's not that fucking big a deal, What's next? Why did I have this? What is this? Red Rocks is a bucket list concert venue, and I've driven by it before, and I just love the area. I fucking love being out there, and I really want to go to a show at Red Rocks at some point. And apparently, it doesn't disqualify it from being the victim of humanity every once in a while. Volunteers, you probably get free tickets for at least one show, but volunteers scrape 50 pounds of gum from under the seats, hopefully under, at Red Rock Amphitheater. Again, sticky odds, the nonprofit organization Friends of Red Rocks is preserving the natural beauty and acoustic integrity of the iconic open-air venue. Okay, blah, 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 blah. 50 pounds of gum, these motherfuckers. Just swallow it. Stop being a bitch. Fucking swallow your gum or take it to a trash receptacle. It's yucky. It's disgusting. But honestly, it's like, no, I wouldn't do that for tickets either. I can't afford it. Hey, you can't afford it? Why don't you go clean some fucking gum off the seats and get in for free? Oh, this is next, and it's fantastic. I don't really care. I don't necessarily care who is saying that in this case. I don't necessarily get into like celebrity gossip news and this fucking person said this dumb thing. But anytime you see somebody make the news for saying these things, you got to fucking look at it. It's the most ridiculous shit in the world. There's a Texas Tech. Where does the tech come from in that fucking phrase? Texas Tech defensive back is at the NFL Combine, made a bold statement. I don't believe in space. Do I want to play? Is there a video for this? Do I want to play? Let me get through this ad real quick. See if it's something I want to play. No, wrong video. I don't think there's video of this. No, there is no video for this. Tyler Owens is a Texas Tech defensive back. Dropped a meteor at the NFL Combine this week. Told media members on Thursday that he doesn't believe in space. No, not that he isn't a fan of the Taylor Swift song, but he actually doesn't think planets and stars and galaxies exist. I don't believe in space. I'm real religious. Go figure. So I think we're alone right now. I don't think there's other planets and stuff like that. Like, have you ever looked at a telescope? All you got to do is look at a telescope. I don't even give a fuck if you believe the earth is flat, if you believe in God or something, but like, you have to see that it's there. There are things. You can see the moon. I can zoom in on the fucking moon with my phone. Have you ever done that before? Oh, man. Let's just... Is there... I guess I was looking for more context, but he said he was religious and he doesn't believe in the fucking planets and shit, so I guess there's no need to fucking expound on that fucking guy. Oh my God. These people are fucking in the real fucking world, which is why fucking Super Tuesday went the way it went. Let's see. What else? I think that's it, actually. Maybe I didn't save something else. I thought I saved something else. Maybe not. Which means that I think it is time to wrap up the show for today, which was super fun. And Heidi Joe will take more Melvins. Are they technically the Melvins? I think they are the Melvins. I might have said just Melvins once, but the Melvins. Yeah, more Melvins, please. And that was fun. I really appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you checking the podcast out. If you have not ever downloaded a show, please do so for a commute, or you're taking a flight. Put that fucker on airplane mode. Download it. There you go. You never know. You never know, honey. And I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, all those fucking things. You find clips on social media you dig. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share. By all means, it would help a million times. Thank you very much. I am out, you guys. I'm out, I swear.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Neat. Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right, I'll see you guys there.
By the bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much. Peace out.
Good night, ladies.
What the hell? Everything!